Just imagine an incredible combination of mashed potatoes and a beautifully seasoned ground beef mixture formed into mini cakes. Well, that's exactly what we've done in this easy, budget-friendly, delicious ground beef potato cake recipe. So the first thing you want to do is grab up some taters and boil them up until they're fork tender, and this will take you about 15 minutes. Well, the potatoes are boiling, add about a tablespoon of oil to a pan over medium-high heat. Then throw in a chopped white onion. You can use Spanish or red, whatever you like. 3 cloves of chopped garlic. You simply have to have garlic. So just go ahead and stir and saute this until that onion becomes translucent and that wonderful, wonderful smell of garlic fills the air. After that, in with a pound or lb or half a kilo of lean ground beef. Use your spoon and chop it up a little bit so it's friable and manageable. And you are going to fry this beef up along with that wonderful onion and garlic until it is nicely brown. This should take you about 5 minutes. In with the seasoning consisting of a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of pepper, and a teaspoon of smoked paprika. Just go ahead and toss this into the mix. And once again, stir, fry, and mix until that seasoning completely coats the meat. Now and only now we are going in with 400 milliliters or 14 ounces of plain old tomato sauce. Once again, a mixing and a stirring, we will go until everything combines nicely. And dadgummit guys, I'm tempted to throw this over some spaghetti and eat it now, but of course we're not going to do that. Because we are going to bring it to a boil, well, we stir and mix for about 2 or 3 minutes. And we'll just go ahead and set this aside. Because our taters are basically done, so I am just going to throw these into a bowl. Add in a couple of tablespoons of unsalted butter, a few good cracks of saltation, about a teaspoon, another teaspoon or 2 of ground black pepper. Believe it or not, about half a teaspoon or a teaspoon of garlic powder. Yes, indeedy, I do add garlic powder to my smashed potatoes. Chop up some parsley and throw it into the mix just for good measure. Grab up the old smasher and mash these potatoes up until they are relatively on the creamy side. You don't want them too creamy because we are going to form these into pies. And that is the very reason I did not add milk. I usually add milk to my mashed potatoes, but I'm not going to this time. So what you want to do now is just kind of mush these down and smooth them out into the bottom of the bowl. Then take your handy dandy spoon and divide them up into about 4 sections. Or even 6 sections, depending on how many mashed potatoes you have. Then grab up one of those quadrants, or a section of the mashed potatoes, into the palm of your hand, and we are just going to form these into a ball. Something like this. This is about perfect. Then simply set them into a baking or casserole dish. Okay, using your hand here, it doesn't matter if it's left or right, I'm being silly. Just kind of mush it down into a round kind of patty. Then make a little well in the center, and I think you can see where this is going now. Add in a good pinch of mozzarella cheese because it's ooey and gooey and melts all over the place. Of course, a good tablespoon or 2 of that wonderful, delicious hamburger mixture. And is it just me, guys, or is this beginning to look mouth-wateringly delicious already? Of course, you guessed it, a little more, another pinch of that mozzarella over top of the hamburger mixture. And just look at this, my friends, if this is not good enough to eat, nothing is. Okay, now these are going into a 375 degree preheated oven for about 12 or 15 minutes just until that cheese melts. After about 12 minutes, just look at these guys. They look absolutely, stunningly incredible. And of course, you've got to pick them up and plate them up just for presentation purposes and to show off. Throw a bit more parsley on the top just to make them all really pretty like. And there you have it, my friends, our potato beef cakes. Wasn't that easy? And they are well worthwhile making because they are so good. I mean, you bite into this, you get that incredible mashed potatoes combined with that ground beef, the cheese over the top. It is just an experience to die for. So make them up, let us know what you think, and as I say in every video, give us a like if you're so inclined to subscribe.